Hey. All right. We are live. Hey, everybody. All right. Today, Phil and his lovely wife, Annie, had a prior engagement that they had to take care of. And I think Mick is trying to catch up on some sleep. So I don't know if we'll see Mick, but I know he said something about a double shift. So you're stuck with me. That's okay. The regulars should be here. Couple of hours of chat and banter and having some fun. We should be good. Let's see who we got here in the stream so far. We got Bill is here. Randy is here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where everybody is. Everybody is saying hello to everybody. DNR, Dave is here. Good morning or good afternoon. Bill is still here. Hey, there's Hobby Motor Klaus. Hello, Klaus. Barry is here. Hello, Barry. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Let's see. Bill sold the saw he was working on this morning. Well, that's good. All right. Yeah, it's getting up on saw season. We're getting up on the end of summer, and heating season's going to be with us. So saws are going to start coming in. I don't know if Bill's seen any rain in Texas. I don't know. Let's see. Everybody's talking. Weed eaters, Bill's favorite. Yeah, in Texas it's summer all year. That's true. That is true. Hey, there's Henry. I was watching your video, Henry, on the tire changing and all that. Good to see you. Everybody's saying hello. Yeah, oh, I love snow. Henry's there. We got Barry. I wish we had some rain here. It looks like it's going to rain, but probably not. It's hot out today. I think it's in the 80s today. Everybody's saying hello. Yeah, that Texas tractor that Klaus was working on, that was crazy. Mac 210. Hello, Mac. How are you? Good afternoon. Anders here. Hello, Anders. Everybody's saying hello. Getting caught up. We got 26 in the house. That's good. Hit the like if you don't mind. Always good for the channel. Everybody's saying hello again, Henry and Mac and Anders, and saw a few videos this morning. Nah, it's just a good video. Any video with Hank is a good video. So let's see. Everybody's still saying hello. Tommy Hanlon. Hello, Tommy. How are you? Good evening to you. I'll put up the link in a second. Just want to get through all the chats. Yeah, hope Tom is doing well. Did he get the surgery, though? I know insurance was screwing around or something, but hopefully he had the surgery. If you're out there, Tom, hopefully you're doing well. Backwoods, hello to you. Rob is here. Hello, Rob. Who else we got here? Backwoods, Tommy, David. There's Mark. Hello, Mark Wiley. Ben is in the house. Hello, Ben. Hope all is well. Everybody's saying hello. Mr. Palmer. Hello, Tim. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, I saw that the other day. Yep. 200th. That's good. Congrats, Randy, on that. And I saw you. I think you were in Maters the other day. I think it was. I saw you on there. Everybody's still saying hello. How many more comments we got? We're getting caught up. Almost there. We got Bill, we got Klaus and Henry and Ben and Tim. We're getting there. We are getting there. And then I'll throw the link out. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's saying hello. And yeah, I actually talked to Mick this morning. If he has time, he'll come up. If not, we'll talk another day. No big deal. Sleep and work come first. I understand that. Small engine repair is William. Hello, William. How you doing? Let's see. Getting there. Almost caught up. Let's see. We got Mark. We got Tim. Hank. Hobby Motor. Hey, Sandy Rose. Hello, Sandy. How are you? Hope all is well. Henry, Anders. Oh, Tim, John Rose. Everybody's saying hello, 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 hello. Getting there. Boom, boom. I think I'm almost got. Oh, John Perks got on there. Hello, John. How are you? There's John. There's Tom. Perfect. How you doing, Tom? Hi, everyone. Fine. Surgery will probably be shortly after labor. Okay. Well, thoughts and prayers go out to you, Tom. Hopefully everything will go okay. All right. We're all thinking about you, Tom. There's Hank and Bill and Randy and Tim. Getting caught up. So I think I'm getting caught up. It looks like I'm close to the end. All right. I think we're almost there. Klaus and Ben, Rob, Anders, Sandy, and let's see. Hey, Robert Malhouse down in Georgia. Hope all is well with you, Robert, down there in Georgia. Everybody's saying hi. Yeah, Mac, Tim. I had it, William. I actually had it. I just went back to work this week after having about a week off. It was no fun for me. I took that Plavaxid or whatever the heck it was, and not fun. Definitely not fun. But I'm probably about 90%. So, but definitely not fun. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. All right, we're getting close. Hey, Roadrunner, how you doing? All right, okay. And that's it. We're up to date. All right, so let me get the link. Give me a minute. I will put the link out there. All right, there's the link. So whoever wants to come up, feel free. As always, keep it clean. No more than 2 or 3 emojis, and you know the rules. Just the general rules, and we'll go from there. Who do we got first? We got Mr. Bill. Hey, Bill.
Hey.
What's going on?
Oh, another fun day. Started the day with a chainsaw and a weed eater. Gotta love it.
Mr. Henry. We got Klaus. So what you fixed the chainsaw and boom, sold, gone, or what?
Yep.
Nice.
This morning I said, okay, today that's going to be my video today, is that chainsaw. And it had been sitting for like 4 years. So you know where you got to go with it. Don't even bother when it's 4 years sitting.
Good evening from the Cornwall. Hope everyone's doing well.
Home of Cornish pasties. There you go.
I haven't been around much. I've been on a holiday for 2 weeks.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, Klaus?
Rob was asking Aussie Tom, how we haven't seen him for a while. Do you know how he's doing?
Yeah, he posted before this. He's going to have the surgery after Labor Day, he said. He was scheduled to have it, I believe, the beginning of this week, but I don't know. Something happened. I don't know if it was insurance or something happened, and it got changed. So he posted before saying sometime after Labor Day.
Well, they wouldn't let his wife be there with him during.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. That's what it was. So,
and he wasn't going to have anything to do with that.
I know. Yep.
I don't blame him.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Thinking about you, Tom. So hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Tom's part of the channel. Absolutely.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, the COVID got me. It's got William now, but I was about 3-4 days. I felt like total crap, but I ended up taking that stupid Plavaxid or whatever the hell they call it, and that was worse than having the damn COVID. So, but now they're saying, I listened on the news the other day. They said people that take that medicine, that antiviral, it only really helps older people. They're claiming now it doesn't really do much for the younger, as far as
But you're pretty old.
Well, I'm almost 60. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Henry thought that was funny.
Yeah. The best thing to take is that vitamin that a drip.
That was the option. They said I could either get an IV or this, but they didn't tell me what was in the IV.
The IV is all vitamins.
Yeah, that's what I hear, like B12, stuff like that. Yeah.
Gatorade. Yeah.
Yeah. But my wife, she's still hacking and coughing, and I think everyone's tested negative, but the doctor's telling me I'm gonna have a cough for 5-6 weeks. He said to me,
"It's called long COVID in the UK."
Yeah, but now
9 months. Somebody's had it 9 months. Long COVID.
Wow. Is it a new strain now, or is it still?
It's
that
AB134 at the moment in the UK, where it's basically it attacks the lungs more.
Nose time. Yeah.
They're on about today. They was on about it this afternoon. They're having problems because it's mutating into another one.
Yeah. And my
well, I guess I'll just take the money then.
I was still sick.
Me personally, I think some of this is completely bull crap. Some of it is going around because it's like some of it's not true. If you take vitamins and the rest of it, you can get away with it. But some of it, you just got to be on your guard.
I mean, it's a wicked flu. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
What it's like.
You just got to be on your guard. You've got to be on your guard.
Yeah.
Well, the common cold is a form of COVID.
Well, technically it can be. Yeah, you can classify.
No,
that,
not here. We just call it the sniffles. No,
well, man flu as well. You got man flu. You see, if you get man flu, you get man flu. You had it.
Yeah.
Well, what had me was that the cold sweats at night where you couldn't sleep. Other than that, everything else is tolerable. But the cold sweats where you can't.
Cold sweats and not being able to sleep happens every time I get a big bill in the mail.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, it used to happen every time my daughter went out on a date.
Yeah, see, same thing.
The problem in the UK at the moment, you've got between now coming up to man flu, women flu, colds, and winter colds. And if women get the women flu, that's it. You know about it. You know what I mean? There was plates flying, cups flying. You got forks and knives. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but now with the CDC, they're saying here in the States, if you have COVID, the rules apply where you can be out for a week or whatever. But once there's no more contact tracing, because our company went nuts with that. And people were just saying, oh, I was around 77,000 people. They all got to be out of work because they were all around me. Now it's if you got it, you could be out for the 5 days or whatever. But once you hit the 10th day, you don't even have to test negative. Once you've quarantined for 10, you're done. Back to work.
That'd be like saying, I went to a football game. Somebody in the stands had COVID, so now we all get to stay home this week.
Bill, I could tell you stories, Bill. I could. Seriously.
I'm sure you could.
Well, yesterday, I was talking to a bus driver yesterday, and he got COVID about 3 weeks ago. And his whole fleet of people, 9 people, gone. They basically had to be sent home, 9 of them.
Yeah. What kills me is if someone is positive, they test and all that, you don't have to give them everyone that you were within a couple of feet of for 5 seconds. The rule was 5 minutes. 15 minutes, 5 feet or closer. I'm never like that except for 1 or 2 people at work. I'm never like that. It's usually, hey, how you doing? And that's it. Or a 2-minute conversation. To be that close for 15 minutes, that's only if I'm in a conference or in the conference room. You know what I mean? So
I gotta like somebody to be that close to him for 15 minutes.
Yeah, not really. But what it was, half of our shop was out. I mean, just they're on COVID. What?
All right, JP, Ash, Dick, everyone, hi. Yeah, I've been away for 2 weeks. Sorry, I've been busy in a hot tub. You know what I mean? Relaxing and with a cup of tea in a hot tub.
Hello,
how you doing, Bruce? You look very relaxed there. That's a new setting for you.
I'm on holidays, man.
Vacation. Is there a banker's holiday or something coming up?
I don't know. We just took the last week of August off. We're in British Columbia.
Next weekend we have our Labor Day here.
Yeah.
End of summer. Yeah.
Yeah,
we've coming in. I don't know what my range is on the Wi-Fi. Am I doing okay?
You do fine. You seem fine.
A little spotty.
A little choppy, but you're still good looking, Bruce. You're still good looking.
Oh, 8 years ago, he was better looking. You see him all.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday was Leonardo's birthday. So happy birthday, Leonardo.
Happy birthday, Leonardo.
Let's see.
I agree with you, Dick. Man flu, it can be bad. You need coffee. You need a supply of coffee and stronger coffee.
I don't know if I'd compare
alcohol.
It to no,
I was going to say I wouldn't compare it to childbirth.
Yeah.
That's how Dick keeps all the women on Earth from talking to him all at once.
Hey, Bruce.
Alcohol kills germs. Alcohol kills germs. I don't know how to get the little guys to drink it.
There you go. Bruce, now, everything you're putting out now, Bruce, is that all new stuff? Or are you done with your banked videos?
Yeah. Well, I've still got about 10 shortcuts on my computer, but they're all within the last 4 weeks, which is pretty good for me.
Mm-hmm. How's the garden going, Bruce? What's getting picked?
I'm going to move, see if I can get any better.
I know we like looking at Bruce's garden.
1 sec.
Bruce, I want to know, just for curiosity, what?
No, I'm in BC. I'm in the same province Steve lives in.
So what's a vacation when you're retired?
Is that worse?
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still hear you, Bruce. That's all right.
I'm 700 miles from home.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing this week?
It's Trudy's brother's 70th birthday yesterday.
Oh wow! Happy birthday.
We're at his house for 3 days.
So you're like
and then
BC,
we're going to a
that
place
area,
called
like
Fairmont Hot Springs, old
is
Swedish
that like
hotel.
BC?
Yeah, British Columbia. Yeah.
Okay. So if you throw a rock,
as far west as you can go.
You hit Steve if you threw a rock hard enough, right?
Well, no, I'm still 700 clicks from him.
Oh, okay.
Did you take Frank
BC's
on the
big.
trip, or did you fly in there, or?
No, we took the Kia.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's good on fuel.
I was watching a video this morning on Kias and Hyundais, and they were saying their nemesis is their bottom ends, where they say they weren't that good with the quality control cleaning up chips when they machined the blocks on the 2-liter and the 2.4, and that's where they fail.
Right. Well,
Good evening, Tim.
Is he talking about Kias?
Kias and Hyundais, yeah, because they're same company.
2013 and 14 were bad years for Kia and Hyundai because they had problems with chips in the blocks.
Yep.
Ours is a 10, the second year they came out. It's been good. Touch wood.
Now, did that surpass the 100,000-mile warranty or what?
Well, we passed the 5-year 100K 7 years ago.
Oh, it's only 5 years? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's 12 years old. Only 5 years. That's pretty good warranty.
I'm surprised. My wife's brand new Honda we bought December. She just turned 3,000 miles with it. And I was like, in a normal year, she'd have 15,000 miles by now. It's just since the COVID and everything else, nobody's driving anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I did that little video on kicking junk into the metal yard and
55 bucks.
The miles I put on Frank, and I put on 2,000 kilometers, which is what, 1,600 miles on my truck last year.
Wow.
Not last month.
You're going
last year. So it doesn't matter if it's a V8. I'm not using any fuel anyway.
No.
Yeah.
But do you have to worry about stabilizing the fuel in Frank or what?
No. He'll drink anything.
No, yeah, the Chevy sits a lot.
Though, or what?
And I run them every 2 weeks, at least 200 kilometers every 2 weeks. So that just keeps things circulating, keeps the bearings from getting flat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my car sits a whole lot.
I had them priced out. So 5 years ago, Frank was worth $3,000, and now it's worth 17,000 Canadian, 13,000 US for that.
Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
That's absolutely nuts.
My wife's Jeep, when she got T-boned last year, I thought, 4,000, 5,000, almost 11,000. I was like, we're buying new,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But my brother-in-law just bought a new Hyundai hybrid, and it took a year. They put a $500 deposit on last January, and they don't get it till next January.
Wow. Yeah, her Honda took 3.5.
They can't even shop. They can't even go shop for it. Like they get here's
your car.
Nothing on
the lots. Yeah, nothing here.
Yeah, you don't even get a chance to say you don't like that or you don't like this. It's your car. You bought it.
When we ordered ours, the only choice we had was what color do you want, and there were 3 optional models. That's it. Nothing else. Just you want the base, the middle, or the high end, and what color. That's it.
Yeah.
So he bought the plug-in hybrid that doesn't charge while you go down the road. So it's almost a full electric.
My neighbor
but
has
if your batteries go low, the little engine kicks in if the batteries go low. Much like the Chevy Volt. That's how the Chevy Volt does it. Huh?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want a full electric not being able to have a
you got to have that little 800cc engine to get you home.
No, my buddy's got the RAV4 hybrid.
But Trudy's
they had a big special on the RAV4, and it gets combined 57 miles to the gallon, but it only kicks in if he's going up a hill.
Oh yeah.
You
It's
know,
a
I bet in
plug-in,
10
right?
years we're talking about all our electric tools.
Yeah.
No,
And you know what?
No.
And the battery replacements have actually gotten within range. Like the batteries last about 9 years, 8, 9 years, and they're about $5,000 to change the batteries now. It used to be 15,000 to change the batteries. So
Well, Bruce,
a set of batteries is almost the same price.
The old
as the
ones?
transmission.
Will they take the old ones, Bruce? Because that's
I'm
the
sure
only
they
thing I
will.
thought would be a
They have
problem would be getting rid of the old one.
Yeah, you could
You know, I
always
bought a
boost your
Prius.
lawn tractor with them.
I bought a Prius in 2010 and had to replace the battery after about, I'd say, 6 years of hypermiling it. Was averaging
that's
60
right.
plus miles per gallon, but it
But
burned the
here,
battery out.
yeah, but that was under warranty, right?
No.
Here Toyota give you 10 years on the batteries.
Wow. Unlimited mileage, though?
Yep.
Wow.
But I'm still not ready to do it because in Western Canada, it's an hour between towns and 6 hours between cities.
Yeah.
So you're not where you're going to find a plug-in in the middle of Saskatchewan somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think
Mark,
the hybrid is the way to go.
Mark Wiley's asking a
hybrid's
good
the way to
question. Hey, Mark, you want to see something funny? Half the quantum engines out there that were made in the mid 2010s won't start without a blade.
Yeah, flywheel.
It counts on
That's
counts
right.
on the momentum of the blade to keep it
you
running.
you need the inertia
Yeah.
of the weight of the blade. Yeah.
Most lawnmowers right back to 2000 or 1998 have an aluminum flywheel. Even the old Tecumsehs have aluminum.
Yeah. I remember starting a Honda a while back, and it started, but it was going to like 80 RPM. It was barely.
They just hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bruce,
they
you
don't
got
like not having a
stationary
blade.
Bruce, on the electric cars, in that cold weather like Canada, how long do those batteries last? You know,
So you lose about 35% of your efficiency.
35%.
And you've got the heaters going and the headlights and it's dark and 35%.
Wow.
So let's say you've got a 500-mile car, you can go 300. But I wouldn't risk it in the wintertime because you could freeze to death.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think for us, a hybrid, an actual hybrid engine battery hybrid is the way for us to go next
Yeah.
time.
I saw yesterday. I was watching
But Trudy's little
somebody.
1.6.
I gotta get rid of I have a diesel now, but Toyota don't make diesels here anymore.
Yeah,
So my next one is going to be a regular hybrid.
yeah.
Not a plug-in, but a regular.
I don't think I've ever seen a Toyota diesel here.
No, it's a European thing.
Mm.
Well,
What
the
happened
I'll be
other-
right back, guys.
Yeah.
What happened to the tri-fuel? You know, everybody
Well-
was talking about the tri-fuel.
yesterday in our vicinity,
What is?
car.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sparky. What is tri-fuel, Hank?
Oh, that you were able to burn corn oil or diesel or a mixture of, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Also, you
But
were
here they add about 70% of they call it fame. It's derived from waste products or corn or.
Yeah. That didn't take off as big as they thought it was going to take off.
No. Sorry, Sparky.
But every
No
now and again,
problems.
you'll hear about a guy crossing the country using like French fry oil to cross diesel.
Well,
The
yesterday,
only problem is you get glycerin as a byproduct, and no one knows what to do with the glycerin.
yesterday there was a car broken down in our town, and electric car because no electric points, proper ones here. So what happened was the guy pulled up like an AA guy with a generator. 9 hours it took to charge it up. 9 hours. Nearly cost of £400.
9 hours
Yeah.
to full, maybe. You would think it'd get running in less than
Yeah, but he
9.
has to go make it back to Scotland, you see, and he has to go halfway, charge up, halfway, charge up, and halfway, charge up.
Yeah.
What's the freaking point? You see, I told we said I'll get a hybrid one.
My dealer or my neighbor's got a plug-in Toyota that he uses, and I'm pretty sure it's the hybrid. But I'll never forget. I hear him yelling outside one day. He yelled at his wife. She forgot to plug it in. So the next morning, because he goes to New York every day from Connecticut, so he's yelling and screaming. I'm like, dude, it's a hybrid. You got the little gas engine. It's not like even the gas engine gets 45 miles to the gallon. So what are you bitching about? You know?
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta save.
Yeah, pick the hill you want to die on. Seriously.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I was looking at the RAV4, the plug-in hybrid, because it's got 300 horses. It's pretty. It's got a good pickup.
That's what they have. It's a pretty car, it really is.
Yeah.
But I tell you though, my wife's got the 2-liter gas turbo in the CRV, and it gets like 34 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I shut the engine off feature at stoplight because I screw that, and it's like a mile per gallon difference. It really isn't anything.
Yeah. No, but I can see here that I just got a newsletter from Toyota here that in about a couple of months they're going to come out with a Corolla Cross, which is like a sort of a SUV type thing, because the RAV4 here is hideously expensive.
Here, the one with the hybrid was $58,000 US, but the government gave you 15, I think. So it was only like 43, but still a lot of money.
70,500 USD for it here.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. But so the Corolla come. I was thinking about getting my replaced here about sometime this fall. I'm gonna wait until spring and see what.
Yeah. Well, I said to my wife the other day, I said, Val, you've had the car almost a year now. It'd be a year in December. You only put 3,000 miles on it. It's, are we really going to take advantage of hybrid? I don't think so. The way that she puts the miles on now.
No. I mean,
and what's funny? I could sell the car right now for more than I paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and use that money to buy gas for your other car.
My 14-year-old truck, the Chevy, I got rid of the GMC, but the Chevy, I was at the body shop, to do some oil change, I think it was. And the guy says, I can sell your truck right now for what you paid for it back when it was brand new.
Yeah.
That's $56,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been offered
how much?
$25,000 for my 2006 Dodge because it only has 72,000 miles on it. And the people say they're going to spend 80, 90 on a new one.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine $90,000 for a car.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's a guy at work where I work. He hit.
That's US, guys.
Yeah.
100,000 with a Ford pickup. $100,000. Yep.
For a truck.
Yep.
I mean, when I was a kid, trucks were for people who couldn't get a car.
Right.
It's like trucks were cheap. They were giveaways. They were $3,000.
Chevy 250.
Bruce is breaking up now.
Is over 100 here.
Wow.
Well, I got to find a better spot to sit.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bruce, you're doing a Max Headroom
where the best Wi-Fi
impersonation.
is.
I say all I heard, Bruce, was diesel 100K.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just try at the other end of the house over here.
You got to tell your brother-in-law, what the hell are you doing? You weren't expecting us? You didn't update the Wi-Fi?
No, what he needs to get in here.
He's an instrumentation guy, too.
I would say, doesn't he know who you are?
Yeah.
Well, his daughter. Okay, I've got 9. Can you hear me better here? It seems better on this side of the house.
Yeah.
I've got 9 nieces and 7 nephews, right? And his daughter is the one that did the Bruce's Shop logo.
Oh, nice.
And she'll be here for her dad's birthday. She'll be here for her dad's birthday in about an hour.
That's not the one that did the other one of his daughters is the mechanic one, is it? The one you were talking about?
I got 9 nieces and 7 nephews.
Wow.
Nice.
So no, the one that is the mechanic lives right in the same city I do in Red Deer.
How's she doing?
I'm halfway to Steve's house. Steve's good. I'm halfway to Steve's house, and it's a 9-hour drive here.
Yeah.
It was funny, Bruce. Red Deer. I was watching a YouTube channel. I watch a lot of the ones where they like have a truck and they like try and get it started and drive it 800 miles, whatever. But there was a guy in Canada. He had a Dodge pickup and he was going somewhere to some event. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm stuck in this town. What the hell is it? Red Deer." And he's asking for people that had 80s square body Dodge parts that, he was stranded in a parking lot and the truck wouldn't move without these parts. He goes, "I'm begging everybody, whoever's in this town called Red Deer." He was like in a Kmart parking lot or something. It was a big parking lot. And I was thinking about you because it's the first time I've seen Red Deer on YouTube.
Yeah. All our city names are weird out here. Like moose jaw and red deer and medicine hat, stuff like that. Eh? Strange names, real strange.
Now, does red deer actually mean like the ginger-colored deer?
The medicine hat is an old Indian thing. But it's probably after the elk, like they're a reddish color. Mm-hmm. A lot of elk out here.
Aren't those different animals?
We have moose, elk. You mean like that?
Now, yeah, Bruce, you ever eat that? You ever eat that, Bruce?
Oh yeah,
that's good food. That is good food.
Moose is better than beef too. If it's not an old bull that you shot in the middle of a swamp and it took 2 weeks to get it out.
Hey. I was just asking Sandy if she's going to bother to come up. She's getting her nerve up.
Where I go hunting, it's all game. One of these days, Sandy.
We got 4 more spots available.
Come on.
We should get. I have an apology for Stella. Last week, we were on private by then, and I made a crude joke. I want to just say to sorry about that.
Nothing new there with you, Bruce.
That's what the great
the tribe of pygmies.
What's Mick doing tonight?
Bill remembers it was.
He said he was working a double shift, so he may be going to bed early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got to get his takeaways first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, hey Brucey, from your mouth to God's ears.
Hey, Stella.
I wanted to just mildly apologize for my crude joke last week, Stella.
I don't even remember it.
Oh,
that's how my brain works.
Turn YouTube off, Stella.
Oh. I don't even remember.
Rookie mistake.
No theatrics.
How embarrassing. Oh. How embarrassing. Klaus, this is for you.
What's that? There we go. Now see, there's another certified one. There we go.
As long as it's not oil.
And I did learn a couple of things, which was kind of interesting. But I had trouble finding the link to it. I watched this hour-long stupid webcast thing, and I'm like, well, where's the test? And it was then I had to do the whole thing over again. It was kind of silly, so it's all right.
That's like our training at work. If you don't hit the right button at the right time, you got to take it all over again.
Yep. Got to start over again.
That's why people that work for me, they take screenshots of the last page, and they tell me, I'm not taking it over. I already took it.
I did it. So good. How is everyone today?
I mean, Stella, you do learn something there. I know it's a little commercially type of thing, but you learned something. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I learned about blind holes.
Yes. I didn't know that either.
No. I mean, but it was the guy that had the acrylic thing. That was a really good thing to see. But that was probably the biggest thing I got out of all that. But
so wait, Stella, hold on. What about blind holes? Enlighten us.
Well, apparently, when you tighten down a fastener, to whatever torque is required, there's only 15% of metal to metal contact. And what the Loctite goo does is it fills in those metal, the air spaces basically.
Yeah.
And so what happens is when you put your Loctite on a bolt and screw it into a blind hole, it can't, because it's trying to push through all the air is coming up through those spaces. So it pushes all your Loctite out. And the way you do it in a blind hole is you drip the Loctite into the hole and maybe a drop or two on the fastener itself. And then you screw that in. And he had it in a nice thick acrylic block. And it showed, you could see the blue stuff going right down in, so it's kind of interesting little.
I've had enough. All right, we'll bring it back. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. No, I'm going to do that too.
But and also, I mean, I've always wondered why the devil is the bottle only half full. I mean,
and different colors of Loctite as well. The different colors as well. You got to know about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Different colors.
But the reason why the bottle is only half full is that unless there's air there, the stuff will harden.
Right.
It dries in the absence of air, anaerobic.
Yes, anaerobic. That was, and I didn't realize that's what anaerobic meant until
totally opposite of what you think.
Exactly. And the other thing I learned was, I always just clean off stuff with a brake cleaner when I'm, whatever. But the different types of passive and non-passive, like brass and I don't know, softer stainless steel metals like that don't do well with certain types of Loctite. Iron, steel, zinc coated, that sort of stuff is great with any of them, but you have to use specific ones if you're really trying to take care of brass or even dissimilar metals too. So, but that's kind of interesting.
Did they talk about activators? I know they sell the activators.
Yes,
they do.
That basically is the thing to clean up, and they actually have a variety of it that basically has the activator built in, so you don't even have to buy the extra stuff. So
there's one in the UK called UI lock stuff. Basically, it's really called UI lock, and you spray it onto the bolt first, and then you spray the other can inside the actual like a blind hole, as you call it, and you have to wait 5 minutes to let it set. Once you put it in, it smokes literally, and it fuses together.
Wow.
And literally, you will never get the bolt out ever again. It just literally fuses.
Right, you're done.
Well, I think I need to take it because all I use is red Loctite.
And apparently, this was hello, Lawnmower Detective, long time no see. This stuff then was actually pulled off shelves last year for health and safety, but then it was put back on shelves this year.
Probably because it was letting off like arsenic gas or something.
Yeah, it's something stupid. But
I tell you though, the Loctite that we used at the last place I worked, we had to refrigerate it because it did have an expiration date.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Blimey.
Well, it probably just says
Take
best
those home.
used by.
Well, we used to use what they called. They used to have something called the Speed Bonder product line, and that's what we used.
It's like
Gotta
sour
be a mistake
cream.
in the
It's
refrigerator for a
sour.
midnight snack.
How does it go bad, you know?
And it's like buttermilk. It's already sour, you know what I mean? Buttermilk.
Yeah.
Gorilla glue, you got to use the water first.
No, I swear
Well,
to God,
that's only on the polyurethane.
on the expiry date.
Up. Yeah, I used that on my daughter's bed. That worked really well.
Hey, Tim. Hey, John. Hey, Detective.
Yeah, John had a little surprise from me on the old Instagram, and his eyes popped out after that one.
What do you use on brass? I don't know, Klaus. Is there anything that's especially used for brass?
Loctite.com.
Yeah.
What's the OEM Loctite for brass?
There is no OEM Loctite.
On brass, I used to use the old flame torch. You know what I mean? And,
Right. How about what's that?
Yeah.
Anti-seize.
Yeah.
Anti-seize.
Brass is pretty soft, you guys. Anti-seize.
Yeah.
You don't want it to lock.
Nope.
Brass is too soft. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Brass is soft. Yeah. But I think that's what you want to use the activator stuff for, I think.
And also, I mean, in general, if you have a brass bolt that goes into steel, the brass is so soft that the 15% contact that is usually the rule between steel to steel is much higher when it's brass because the bolt and the thread, it stretches, it adapts, and
We use something called epoxy welding bond if we use brass, anything to do with brass.
And for steel screws that goes into plastic, and if they're a little loosey-goosey, 2 drops of crazy glue.
Oh yeah,
works really well.
Yeah, right. Now, one thing I learned about brass when I went to the metal recycler last week, I had 600 pounds of steel in the back of my truck. I got $45 for that, and I had one head off of a pressure washer. I got $15 for it.
Yeah. Brass is expensive.
Yeah,
brass is very expensive.
And that's why
brass is really expensive here at the moment.
Around town, they're all stripping off all of the plaques off the chairs and the seats downtown and the headstones and the doorknobs, and they're taking the brass, but they must crush it up and give it to a dealer because there's no way that people at the scrap metal place would take a plank with Bruce Pender on it or something like that.
Yeah, there's a here you see you don't get cash no more on the scrapping people. It's by bank transfer as long as you're legit. You know what I mean? They don't do cash, and the only problem is. But there was a guy scrapping the other day just outside Exeter in the UK, and apparently he got some nice little bit of brass from a building site, and it was a block of, like say, half a block and really decent bit of brass. Nearly £200 he got for it. He was on about it on the old Twitter the other day.
It's worth money.
Well, I had to give my driver's
here.
license and my firstborn. Oops, I had to give my driver's license and my
House is
firstborn
under
female
construction.
child to give that.
What about mixed teeth then for brass? He's brass teeth, you know what I mean, and these gold teeth, you know what I mean?
Ah, John.
I don't know. I
think
just
so.
hang on to the gold.
Gold, yeah, it's gone through the roof at the moment. Absolutely
Yep.
through the roof. I mean, that poor guy who was in the news the other day. It was quite funny. I haven't done the radio for nearly 2 weeks properly, but there was a guy sent me a story the other day, and yeah, he had inheritance of gold, little bars. He thought it was worth hardly nothing. Put it this way, he had enough for everything he wanted with that.
Hey, all I know is everybody that's doing the copper wire lately is getting rich.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. I have a bunch of copper piping that I got from a job a long time ago, and I'm like, I really need to get to the scrapyard. You know, I have a lot of aluminum, a lot of junk like that, and just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Do say it, Stella, where there's brass there's money.
Yep. I don't have a lot of brass, I don't think.
Right, Jeanette.
Well, if you scrap generators. you
Well,
could
I
get some.
actually
That
have a
and copper.
generator. Well, I have a generator that I did scrap, and I have a lot of aluminum off of it. It's a GCV 190 engine on it. I got.
If you even have one valve seat that's. Oh, sorry, Stella.
Do you want?
I had
what? I'm sorry.
I had 4 or 5 aluminum blocks in there, and even if there's one, even the lever for the governor or the one metal seat in there, you get a third of what you would have if it was perfectly clean.
Yeah.
They were
Right.
They were hard ass about that.
Yeah, I try to separate everything out that I can. There's a couple of bits and pieces. I thought about putting them on eBay, but I'm really terrible at that stuff. I just scrap it.
Yeah,
There's
that's
about 100
Yeah, me too.
lawnmower starters, you know, the riding mower starters, and they just sit on a shelf.
You may not be aware, you lot. Joe had an accident a few weeks back in July. She had an accident.
Maybe I ought to strip
Joe
out
did.
the copper.
You all right, Spark?
Yeah, she's fine. She damaged her hand, damaged her knee, busted a toenail, made a toe like black as ice space. They've accepted liability, the company.
Huh.
So we're not going to get a lot out of it, but yeah, they've finally accepted it.
I want to get this apart.
Oh,
But
nice.
I have a feeling this is the inside of that generator that I took apart.
Yeah.
But the problem is I think because the wires themselves are coated, that they're not going to give me a good price on it. So I'm thinking about just.
Well, coated is a different price per pound. Yeah.
Well, that's called
Yeah,
magnify.
they'll give you a good price for that though, because it's pulled out.
Yes.
Do you know
So
what the
I'm
quickest way to
figuring
get
I have
them-
to. I figure I have to cut all these plastic bits off.
No, the quickest way you've got an air chisel.
Yeah.
Right down the middle, straight down the middle on them little where the things are. Yeah, straight down the middle. Yeah, it'll crack it. Sorry, I've been doing this kind of thing for donkeys.
Well,
Air
no, I mean,
chisels,
I've been
those
looking at this for like 6 months going, I should really take care of this. And
Yeah,
then,
air
and then
chisel straight down the middle. It just cracks it and
Fine,
just breaks
Stella.
it up.
That rotor's no good, Stella?
the entire generator got hit by a tree.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'm
it
just thinking
came
like
out-
James Condon, where he's got all the parts laying around and he makes Franken generators, you know?
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
but he's-
believe what had happened was the guy that it belonged to was actually a friend of mine, and I had replaced the capacitors on it because the motor was running great, and then I got I had to go through 2 sets of capacitors because they were dead, and so then I got it running again, and I couldn't get the guy to come pick the thing up from me, so it wound up getting crushed by a tree.
Wow.
So like part of the engine was messed up, and I don't ever know if I got the thing running right after that. So I would say it's probably not any good.
What kind was it though? Was it
Really
like a
put so much
Coleman
time
or
into it.
anything?
No,
anything
it was a. I'm trying to remember. I got pictures of it somewhere. It was a name brand something or other.
Yeah. 'cause it's-
Could have been a
Champion.
Coleman. I don't know. But it was a 5500 or maybe 7500. I don't remember. It's a nice generator, you know, in really good shape. Mm-hmm. I can barely even pick up the other piece, you know, the outside thing.
Oh yeah,
same thing there.
Stator.
Yeah.
Rotor. Just remember, rotor is rotating, stator stationary.
Do your exercises with this guy. Yeah, I just want to get all that out of there. Then I don't know how
metals.
There's only about 2 miles of wire in there.
Thanks, John.
Yeah,
I know.
Have you guys ever seen the YouTube video showing the robot winding those with the paper and all? Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It is. There's a guy there. You know that who's that one girl that's on there from like Cambodia that fixes everything? She wound one of those by hand with the paper and everything.
My dad did that back in the 40s.
And it worked.
Wow.
And it was like a big one. And I was like, whoa.
No, but I mean, if you watch Road King, Mike.
Oh yeah, Mike.
He does that to some of the older generators.
Mm-hmm.
He winds them by hand.
You know, Stella, if you want to have some fun with that, take a 9-volt battery, unwind some of that wire, put any resistance in it, a little light bulb or something, and then just simply put the battery on both ends of it, wrap it in a circle, and it'll be a magnet.
Electromagnet.
Yeah. Oh, Brucey.
It would suck. It would suck all the nuts and bolts off my shop floor. And
how convenient.
Will you, Dave?
How convenient.
Hey,
Steve.
Hey, Steve.
I'm in Vernon.
What's up, everybody?
I still can't recognize this guy without his
I'm in
beard.
Vernon,
Steve, did you feel the heat from Bruce being so close to you?
The heat?
Yeah, he's over in BC.
I'm in Vernon. BC.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cool.
I figured you guys would split the 350 miles each and meet at Tim Hortons. You know,
let's say we'll meet in Mission.
Mission. I lived in Mission.
See?
That was a pretty.
It'll be like going home.
Did you actually just say you went to Mission, like Abbotsford?
No, we drove from Red Deer to Vernon. Took our time, and now we're here for 2 more days. My brother-in-law's 70th birthday, and now we're headed, and then we're going to Fairmount
Hot Springs.
Yeah, there to the main hotel there.
Yeah,
it's super cool. You walk through the lobby of the hotel in your house, go to get to the hot springs.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Get in there. It stinks like rotten eggs, but it's nice and hot.
Oh, Sulphur Springs?
Oh yeah,
it is. It's a natural pool, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there many times when I was a kid with my parents.
How you doing,
Mr. Tom's back down.
He's waiting.
Waiting, yeah, he said after Labor Day. Yep.
He's waiting for surgery.
Still?
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
He was saying he wouldn't let his wife be with him or some crap. I don't know.
Yeah.
She wanted to do the operation, and they said no.
I just see my wife with a hammer.
I think I misunderstood something in the beginning. Now, Hanyoki is going in for heart surgery. His name is Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he from Australia?
No.
Okay.
He's from
Michigan. Then my second question is, I haven't seen Tom from Australia in a long time.
That's true. Yeah, for at least a week or so.
Yeah.
No, Tom was on. He was on the WhatsApp today.
Ah, okay.
This is Tom with the snowblower that was having the heart surgery.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Still thinking of you, Tom, and hope it'll be fine with the surgery. Yeah.
There you go.
Tom's the one who had the finger injury last year. Remember?
Yeah.
Oops, that way.
Yeah, I'll take 5 beers.
About there, I think. Right about there, I think he's had.
Hang 10 in Hawaii.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh, John, that's just wrong.
Oh. No.
John's offering.
After he did that to himself, I don't know if I'm any safer in the shop, but I'm sure more aware.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell you, after I did my finger, every single deck that leaves here, those brakes work good now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Especially
And
the
you know what?
LTD ones.
It's really only the machines that have external battery and spark that will really crank themselves over if there's any residual fuel in the cylinder. But I'm actually getting more careful about disconnecting the spark plug before I start.
Have you guys ever seen that happen though to yourselves, where it actually started when?
No, never started. I had two that it sort of almost started. There was compression, there was spark, and it just went. So if it hits your fingers, like
I did have my
it doesn't go a full rotation, but
Kohler,
it
my
just
10 horse Kohler Ken that you know about.
Oh yeah, I think the story you're going to say, Bruce. I had the same thing happen to me.
How can that happen with the kill switch on?
Yeah, well, because it's got the battery and it'll just, if it's at the right spot, it'll just sit there and spark, right?
Yeah.
So if there's any, if there's with the battery,
I'm thinking from a mower.
I've had the vapors go off in my face. The engine not even running, but you hit the right spot on the points in the battery on a Kohler K series. You get a little bit of spark, and boom, you get that.
Yeah, mine took right off.
No, I had the tractor that caught fire this spring. And classic. You have a carburetor that leaks, so the combustion chamber was full of liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the plug out, removed the ignition wire out to the side, and wanted to turn the ignition on to rotate it. I had a piece of cloth in front of the hole, and I just wanted to rotate it a couple of times to clear it out. And the ignition wire had jumped back out in front, and it just went ooh, ooh, and there was flames like this instantly. It was
6 foot flame.
Slightly scary.
Bruce,
but I had these
I didn't
little.
see the video, but Luke did.
There's no video on that.
Class, I'm waiting for you to say I've got these little
Luke have one on
fingers.
Fingers. Was it the vest?
I have these little spray can types with it's like, well, when it comes out, it's a fire retardant, but it looks like soapy water. They are really efficient. Just go and it was out. It was really, because give it another 10 seconds and you'd have burn marks and plastic starting to melt and all that stuff, but nothing happened.
You got a little dish of gas on the bench, and pretty soon you got a shit show. Pardon my language.
I mean, well, you had a cloth. I had a cloth there where the first 2 rotations had just dumped out old fuel in the cloth.
Speaking of Luke,
there we go.
10 seconds is a long time when you're on fire.
Absolutely.
It is.
But I hear Luke made a beeline over Laura to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every man for himself.
Yeah.
He used Laura as a human shield.
Yeah.
That's right.
I started mine on fire when I had no carburetor, no muffler, and I was just using a squirt bottle with gas in it to squirt gas into the intake. The whole thing
is right next to, and the intake is right next to the exhaust.
Yeah.
on the Tecumseh.
Yeah, you get a Tecumseh where they're right there.
It just went.
No, but I mean, sometimes when you work with this stuff long enough, you forget, right? Fuel is designed to ignite easily, and when it does, to release maximum amount of energy, and it does. We just forget because normally we don't see the explosion.
When I do it, I'm guilty. I use it to clean stuff, and I shouldn't. I do, and I shouldn't.
Hey,
outside.
Anybody in the
we all do it. We all do it.
What is it?
What's that, Ken?
Anybody in the mood for a what is it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let me share.
I'm already. You
guys
I got a few of them. Hold on, and literally they are small engine related. It's something we got away from. So
shocker.
I'll just win it. I'll just win it right now. It's an OEM tool.
Just give it to see.
That's when Klaus does it.
Yeah, it's a spark plug.
John got you last week on my rivets there. You said, are those aluminum rivets? And John says, no, those are OEM rivets.
You know what? And, dear John, that's because John doesn't know what he's talking about. Because there is no part number for just the
this one.
You have to buy the whole assembly.
Any of you should get this one, but let me see. Hold on.
Not a problem, John. Clem. Not a problem.
Share screen. All right, hold on.
Now, is this restricted to you got to put it in the chat? You can't
Oh, I don't care. We do it. I don't care.
There's no prizes.
No. Well, no. Actually, I have a Black Hawk 40th anniversary limited edition decal. How's that?
Whoa.
Oh, I thought you were going to say T-shirt.
No, I can't afford that shit.
What are the Black Hawks?
All right, let's see. Hold on.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Is that a hockey team?
Let me see.
You know what? When we were kids, hockey was so big. Even when I was 8 years old, I played for a farm league for the Red Wings up in Canada.
Really?
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. That's the German.
That's a tachometer. That's a manual tachometer. It's called.
I knew you guys would get it. All right, that one doesn't count.
I had one.
I figured you guys.
I wish I had one of those. Those things work on diesels.
They work on electric motors too. Yeah. Anything with vibration. Yeah,
those things are awesome.
I brought those in one day, and my buddy swore to me, bet me lunch that it wouldn't work on electric motor, so he had to buy me lunch.
Oh, definitely.
All right, wait, I got more. Hold on, let me see what else I got.
Give me that good.
Stella's got
one
in her
there
pocket.
We go, Stella. That's the one.
Yeah,
this
before
one
electricity, I had one.
Let me see this
Show
one.
and tell.
Hold on. Let me see. What the heck are the other ones? Hold on.
I told you it was an OEM tool.
I had to get permission to use my brother-in-law's Wi-Fi.
It was.
Bruce, did you say you got permission to use your brother-in-law's wife?
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Gotcha. You clipped out just a second there.
I'll take you up and introduce her to you in a minute.
Yeah.
Hey,
to the Wi-Fi or the wife?
Klaus, while we're waiting for Kenny to get set up, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I know you're more intelligent than the average person, so I was just wondering, do you speak any German?
Yes, I do.
Do you? How much? Yeah. Just like a little bit, or
3 words?
I can hold my own in a light conversation.
Oh, wicked!
You've got to speak German if you live over there. You just don't know when they're going to come visit for Halloween one year.
Okay,
I just fake it, eh? Come and say here, sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Klaus,
you could understand more than you can speak, right, Klaus? It's
like with the other second or third language. Yes, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. I understand more than I could speak.
Yeah.
How about
that?
Woo!
Bearing puller.
Nope.
No, that's for a ratchet.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a.
It's ratcheting is used, yeah, sort of.
It's a spring compressor.
A what?
It's a compressor for
the ring.
Cylinder ring.
Yeah, Henry's got it. It's a piston ring compressor.
There we go. Piston ring compressor. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, fairly easy ones. Let me see. Here, the next one. No, the next one you shouldn't get, but the next one actually isn't small engine related. But let me see. Hold on.
I'm going to go upstairs for a minute and introduce him to Penny.
Let's see.
You named your Wi-Fi Penny?
So no. Klaus, the reason I ask is because April and I are working on another video. It won't be out this Friday, but probably the Friday after that. So we're going to give you a little mention in the.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
I'm not telling you why.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
It's classified. It's classified, yes, so we're going to give you a little mention on that one.
Yeah, nice.
Because you speak German.
I do.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
They're busy.
Is it a samurai sword?
Nope.
It looks like a file of some sort.
It's a foam gasket.
Yeah.
You're half right, Bill. You're half right.
We're doing a guess as what this is right now.
Folks, yeah, it's got the ridges like a file would, but it's got a curve to it.
Yeah, it's a specific tool.
It's the file I left in the driveway and backed over.
That's right.
It's for filing your points.
Nope.
It's kind of big.
Not sandpaper.
No,
it might be magnified.
14 inches long.
How many centimeters is that?
Oh, I know what it is. It's one of those strap tools to tighten things.
The what? English.
An oil filter strap.
Strap tool.
Filter strap tool. Yeah.
Nope.
I
No?
thought you were going somewhere else with that, Henry.
No. It is Bill was right. It is a type of file. But
That's
what
close enough.
type of file is it?
A
Is
bent
it small
file.
engine related?
It's a specific use.
Yeah, it's probably to adjust the transmission on a 1953 Belvedere.
Not even close.
Or Black Hawk helicopter.
Or, yeah, or a
It could be used
helicopter.
on any
I like
car.
that.
It could be used on any.
He's a heck of a guess, Bill.
Huh.
I'm just going with file.
I can't give you another hint because it would give it away. It's that stupid,
Yeah, John, X file. There
It's
you
an
go.
X file.
Wait, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Love
That's what Mick uses to comb his hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he used it a little too much. And now look what happened to him.
Yeah, held his head down.
I've actually seen one of these used in the past after I had an accident.
Oh,
That's the hint.
body file.
Close. What's it called? What's it called?
Dent file.
Is it a callus file?
Well, it's not a cheese grater.
No. It has to do with the body shop, but what's it called?
A
Arrest.
dent file.
Arrest.
No.
Rest.
There's a special name.
Oh, yes, it does the apex on curves.
A rasp is just an old file.
No, there's actually, hold on. There's actually, no, there's a special name for it. It's used for body work, but there's a special name for that file.
Bastard.
Nope. Well, that's the style of the teeth, but it's actually called something. You give up?
Maybe you should spin it around and around and around like Mick does.
Wait,
'cause
I'll
that'd
give you.
really
Let me
help.
give you. I'll give you a full view. Hold on. It may help you if you see the full view. Let's see.
Well, if you show the full view, then
Is
Klaus
your-
is instantly going to get it.
Oh, I got another one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hold
I don't
Bill,
know
is your
anything
green
about
screen
body
just a
work.
type?
on. No.
Body work.
Hold on. Boom. Okay, let me share it.
For me, body work ends at the end of the pressure cleaner.
Right.
Yeah.
From there, I've got a phone number. I call somebody.
Yeah.
Screen share window. Boom. Ready?
He's hopping on the Wi-Fi now too.
Yeah,
that doesn't help.
I still don't know the name of it.
Still looks like a file I ran over.
Cold version, something. I don't know.
Looks
Yeah,
like
that
a
didn't help at all.
It's all right. I'm gonna give you another hint. Maybe you can get the name. It's for. It's used to shrink metal. What do they call it?
A shrinker.
Nope.
metal
Something file.
Mm.
No, nobody is into body work and stuff.
Nope.
It's called.
Nothing.
I'll give it to you. It's called a slapper file.
Slapper file.
When you
Okay.
slap it, the teeth grab the metal and actually shrink it, like if you have a metal shrinker. Called a slapper file.
Ah.
A slapper file. You might as well have called it Jonathan.
Yeah, but it's
No,
Honestly, I think I've seen Road King do that.
Yeah, a friend of mine actually showed me one time how it was used to actually shrink dents, shrink them together. It's called a slapper file. You don't use a hammer; you just slap it with it, and it grabs and shrinks the metal. So pretty cool. So nobody won.
Is it
Nobody won.
is it flexible?
No.
Nope.
It's a rigid bastard file in that shape. But when you hit it, it takes the metal, and I guess from the hit, it
moves the metal from the slap. It sort of gives it the direction.
A little lawnmower detective.
As opposed to other files that move the metal when you push it a direction.
That's dumb.
Dave's just mad because he didn't win.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got it here. I got another file I'm going to show you. I had never even heard of this before. I'm going to show you a picture. See if you know what this is for. I didn't know what it was for, but it makes total sense. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Makes total. I was looking for some reason. I was on a file kick today.
Hopefully, it makes more sense than a slapper file.
This one does, but I don't know if you'll get it from the picture. Hold on.
Probably a stretcher file.
Right on.
Actually, if I show, I'm just going to show you anyway because I like the tool. Hold on.
Now it's a slap him file.
Yeah. No, I didn't know they had files for this. Hold on. What do we got? Share screen.
All I know
back
is
to work.
grinders.
Window. Have you guys ever seen that?
Nope.
I tell you, it makes total sense. I'm going to buy one.
I know. It's for calipers.
Yeah, brake caliper slides.
Yeah, brake caliper. Yeah, I was actually looking.
Perfect sense. I usually just sand them down. There's an actual file made for those brake caliper shells.
That is funny, Kenny, because I was looking at one today. I was in our version of Canadian Tire.
It's pretty coarse.
It is very coarse.
Hardened too, so it really cuts right through and get a nice, nice cut. Huh. People usually use grease and all kinds of crap on that, and it builds up. With that, you just go
right. I see.
Almost
You're
like
taking off metal.
You're just taking off right off and fuse it. Yeah, pretty cool.
Nice.
See, and every time I did my brakes, I was afraid to put too much grease on.
Yeah. Well, that's like the controversy now with a lot of auto shops. Do you use the silicone grease, that purple grease they sell, or do you use the clear silicone grease on brakes when you do brakes? Because they're saying now the purple grease that I used to use all the time is only rated for like 1,800 degrees, and they're saying the brakes get a lot hotter than that now, and it'll break down.
Yeah.
How hard do you have to drive to get your brakes up to 1,800 degrees?
Not that hard. I mean, if you're at night sometimes, watch some of these sports cars. They're glowing. Seriously.
Yeah, you're talking about race cars.
No, but even regular sports cars nowadays have some of the materials that are exotic materials too, and they'll heat up like that. They do.
I drive like I'm being chased by an army, and I still don't have my brakes at 1,800 degrees.
No, but guys, listen. On Highway 1 in Canada, they've got hills that are probably 17 miles long on a 10% grade.
Yeah, the trucks and all. Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's called third gear.
Well, that's where you have the runoff areas where you get.
Yeah, they got all every 10 miles there's a runoff.
Oh yeah, I saw a truck go up to one of those runoffs one time where they had gravel. Man, that thing. Good thing there was gravel. Boy, that thing was doing about 90.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they pile into that gravel because that gravel's like deep.
Oh, it stops you like a lead fart, boy. It's like,
yeah,
that's what it's for.
Yep,
like a lead fart.
I think
that's my new word of the day.
The truck and the brakes would have done.
Yeah. I got to use that in a video. Lead fart. I got to remember that one. I've never heard it.
Well, and Seinfeld used to say, "I'm going to drop you like third period French."
Yeah.
Missed it, Ken.
See, in Europe, they don't have to learn French. France isn't going to invade anybody. German, you got to learn German just in case.
Jawohl.
Yeah.
Hey, all I know is Ausfahrt is exit.
Yeah. Biggest city in Germany, Ausfahrt.
Ausfahrt.
It's everywhere.
The only German I know is from Hogan's Heroes.
Right?
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in all honesty, to German, I don't particularly like German as a language. But if you're going to give somebody a yelling, it is
German's
the
way
most
to go.
Fantastic language to do it in.
Oh, what about Russian though? Russian.
No, German. Even the Russians get scared if you start talking German like that.
When you're talking German, you're spitting at them with the phlegm and everything.
Yeah, German poetry.
German poetry.
Yeah, German poetry is a form of torture.
Yeah.
The Geneva Convention does not allow it.
No. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you'll hear about people going from France to English to even Japan with hit songs that translate. You never hear about anybody having a German hit song that translates to another language.
Oh yeah, no, there was one. There was one. 99 Red Balloons.
You got it.
Yeah, but have you listened to it? Yeah, it's a nice soft song in English. In German,
but I love it
like
though.
She's mad at every balloon in the universe.
It reminds me of Klaus though, because when you hear her sing it in German, what words is she not using in German? Captain Kirk and all the other words.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they don't.
No, but I mean, German it's just a language. But if you hear two Danes going at it, talking, back and forth, messing around, there are people who will think we're about this close to getting into a fight. Yeah. And obviously we're not. It's just that the harshness of the language is so. People get. I've been having a conversation with a Danish friend at a bar in Pasadena, California, and after about 45 minutes, the bouncer comes up and say, "If you guys are going to go at it, you got to go outside."
Yeah, you're just having a conversation.
And they were just having a normal conversation. Yeah.
We were just going,
I went to I was in Germany in '94 for work, and I had to teach a seminar on linear bearings, which is actually pronounced Kugelbuchsen, which is linear bearings, and or linear Kugelbuchsen. Anyway, or a ballpoint pen, Kugelschreiben. Okay.
Yeah, Kugelschreiber. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had to learn a 2-hour speech about bearings in German to present it. And that was fun.
Mick just showed up.
Oh,
his ears were burning.
Yo.
Yeah, Mick, that's what we call in Canada porn. Like two Danish people going at it in a video. Yeah, I saw that one too, Mick.
Yeah.
I didn't
You gotta get the right background music though.
Steve, you notice everybody got quiet after that one because they're all thinking, "Do I have that video?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that too.
Let me go check.
Jokes. Two Danes go into a bar and one says,
"Yeah."
No, I haven't heard that joke.
No, the Danish people don't drink, of course.
No, but I mean,
got all the beer.
I like Danish.
For a country with only 5 to 6 million people, we sure make an impression, don't we?
Yeah,
but you own half the world because you got Greenland.
Yeah, we're one of the biggest countries in the world.
We are.
Yep. And the oldest kingdom.
That's like Texas talking about how big it is and everything. Anybody who lives here knows that Texas is like 80 square miles of cities and dirt everywhere. No trees, no plants, dirt.
I watched a thing on TV that said actually Alaska is bigger than Texas, Montana, and Idaho combined.
Yeah, if you want to have fun with a Texan, you know, the native-born Texans with the attitude, you tell them, you know how to make Texas the third biggest state? Cut Alaska in half.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, but I mean, if you look at Russia and Siberia, it's like even bigger.
Yeah.
You know, it's a yeah.
Canada's second biggest country next to Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're full, by the way, so don't move here.
We're
full.
Steve,
all taken.
Full of what?
There's only 30 million of us.
Yeah. Hey, California has the same population as all of Canada.
Yeah.
Yep.
I lived in California for a few years. Yeah, there's nothing quite like running around in your Corvette, sitting in traffic. Yes. You just watch the temperature gauge go up when it's in Silicon Valley, and it's outside. It's 117 degrees at 5 o'clock in traffic, and you're watching your temperature gauge go up, and all you can think is, I'm going to have to turn off the damn air conditioner.
Good thing
it's 117 degrees.
Good thing that wasn't a Tesla you were driving,
Yeah, well, the temperature would keep going up, and all you could think was, I have to turn the air off to keep burning up the motor. But if I do, I might die.
Turn on the heater.
Yeah, sometimes, I've actually, in California, I've run down the road in the vet with the heater on in the middle of summer just because the engine was getting hot.
Yeah.
You know what? That is so funny. When I look at
back in the day, though.
I mean, I have a regular small Toyota diesel, right? I have never seen the temperature gauge move once it gets up to operating temperature. Now, this whether it being 40 outside or minus 15, it still stays at the same level.
Yeah, but it might be programmed by the computer.
So you're saying your gauge is broken?
Yeah.
It's a Toyota. Toyota gauges don't break in Toyotas.
Doesn't it take a long time to heat up?
It
doesn't take long. No.
On the gauge.
Hey, Wayne's here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just drawn on the clear plastic in front of the gauge.
We got the trifecta now. We got Steve, Bruce, and Wayne.
Yeah.
Hi, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne. How are you?
Come on up, buddy. We're waiting for you. One of these years, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandy said she was going to come up. She just wasn't quite ready.
Sandy Rose?
Yeah, she said she thought about it. She wasn't ready yet.
We'll get her one day. We'll get her up here one day.
Yeah. I told her, it's like, look at this bunch, man. She'd be a star.
Yeah.
Well, William, California is actually a nice place to be, honestly. It's slightly expensive and they are a little wacky, but it is a very nice place to be.
As long as you don't mind
downtown LA excluded.
Yeah, $6 for gas, and a 3-bedroom house costs $2 million.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's fantastic.
Yeah. It is a nice area, nice place. friendly people.
Wayne, what are you using for a filter on that?
25 microns? I wouldn't think that's
usually filters are usually 50, 75, and like 100.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the ones I get, they are Oregon. I think Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kawasaki style ones.
Yeah.
I don't know what the filtration rate of those. I don't know what it is. They work great, but.
Hey, Jeff.
I thought a Kawasaki was a Japanese drink made with milk.
Can't get a word edgewise there.
It can be.
Kawasaki.
It can be. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kohler paper filter. Yeah, 25 micron. Wow. So under the.
You can have that one, Bill.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead, Henry.
Now I don't have anything to say. When I do, it's like I can't get in there,
Hey, Henry, I got a question for you. You know anything about LED lights?
LED?
LED
You have
lights?
to ask Brucey.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, I know a lot about them.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
I've been playing with this thing. Here's a light that.
Oh, yeah. The fan light. The panel light.
You screw it into a normal bulb, right?
Yeah.
Well, it got so hot, the whole thing melted apart and broke.
Really?
But these things, so I took one off, just the paddle itself, full of LED lights, and it's got these thin little wires. Now, when I take my DeWalt battery or whatever off my drill, like 18 volts or something like that, and I jumper cable it, and I put those on there, should that not light that up? 18
Not necessarily.
Volts? No? Why?
No, it may have a protective diode in there.
Don't you need a resistor?
And you
take a look at the center of that lamp.
There's all kinds of electronics in there.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, keep it.
Capacitors and resistors.
Those are LED drivers, okay? That have to the LEDs are a higher power than what you would think like the old fashioned like little round LEDs that you would find on like a circuit board or whatnot. But they have to have the electronics to drive them and run them at the right temperature, the right wattage, the right voltage. Otherwise, they're too delicate. They're just not going to work.
Hey, Steve, the magic word is diode. That means you have to wire it the right way. Electricity only flows one way through a diode. It acts like a rectifier for the electricity.
So you think that little black and red wire, if maybe I had them hooked up backwards, and if I flip them over,
electricity only runs one way in a diode.
Should it actually make them at least glow a little bit with 18
Not if it's going backwards.
Well, it depends on what the voltage rating is of the actual LED itself.
Yeah.
So each one of those little dots on that panel is a single LED.
Right.
And then you have a driver that takes them all together. And it could be that those things are all set up in series that one panel isn't going to work right anyway.
Yeah, that could be
like
running
if
200 volts.
If one of those little LEDs is burned out, then it won't go through.
If it's in series.
Depending on the design.
Huh.
If it's in series, it would
only takes
stop all.
0.7 volts. It only takes 0.7 of a volt to light each LED. It depends on how they're wired.
Yeah.
Of DC, not AC.
DC.
Probably.
AC.
It's DC.
Yeah.
No, it would have to be DC because, again, we go back to the term diode.
Sorry, yes.
So it would have to be DC because electricity is a one-way street in a diode.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at those thin wires, and there's no way you can hook a AC up to that. It would melt that wire in 1 second flat, just gone, right?
Yeah.
Now,
what's the current?
But you're also assuming that they didn't have extra red wire.
Well, that's interesting. So maybe I just had it hooked up backwards.
Yeah.
Just try a 9-volt battery out of a thing.
Steve, go with the mechanic's best friend. If it's broken, you can't break it more.
Absolutely. Got nothing to lose.
Exactly. You can't break it more than it's broken. You got 4 more or 5 more if it burns up. And wait, Ken, you need to make this big because when he hooks it up, if he catches on fire, it'll make a great YouTube.
I did the background. You got a transistor battery?
Well, no, it's just my
there you go.
Yeah. So I got it jumped. So let me just see how much.
Test it on your tongue first.
20 volts is a lot.
I think it only is going to blow. Let's see how
Did you
much it
guys
has.
do that when you were kids? Test a 9-volt battery on your tongue?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've done that this week.
Okay, so this has 19.04 DC volts.
Yeah, you're not going to use any amperage at all on that panel.
No.
It's all about the voltage.
If
but
we
it could
see
be
a
high
bright
voltage.
flash and Steve disappears, we'll know it worked.
Jesus.
Oh, Steve, you got to turn the camera down. We got to see this.
No, it doesn't work either way.
Either way,
I'm just hooking them up. Both
take your
ways
meter.
And
Take your meter and check resistance on it, and check it both directions.
Resistance.
Yeah, Steve, it's acting like a real diode.
Oh, resistance on the light?
Yeah,
no,
make
no,
sure
the
it's
diode.
not-
I want to make sure the diode didn't blow. It should have resistance in one direction, none in the other.
I can't do that on this thing. There's no
What is that?
resistance on it.
What is that?
It just automatically converts from.
Is that
AC
for
to
voltage
DC.
or does that do resistance? Ohms?
Well, I can do continuity.
Well, yeah, hook it up
that's
though
the
to see if
same
you get a
thing.
reading in both
Yeah,
directions.
you don't know how
No.
much resistance it's got
It
for
should say
continuity.
0L in one direction.
Oh,
Both
it does
directions.
work. Look at that.
You should
What's-
have a number.
Oh, ohms. That
Yeah,
little
ohms,
horseshoe
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that way it
Yeah.
says 3 right on the nose. 3.00.
Probably say
You
zero
should
the
get
other way.
0 in the other direction.
3.00K or 3.00?
Just 3 ohms, right?
The other direction it says 1. Oh, it's going down. It's going.
It should be 0. If you have
0.9.
anything, it's blown.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've got a reading at all, it won't work.
It's blown, yeah.
Oh,
The diode's
so-
a check valve. The diode only works in one direction.
Oh, I
It's
see
a
what
rectifier.
you're saying. So this light itself is fried.
Or one of them if
Right.
it's in series.
That's why it melted.
Yeah.
God,
So,
you
Steve,
man.
why did you take out that one paddle?
And just hook up the other. Yeah.
Why did you remove that one paddle? Did it look damaged to you?
No, it's because the whole thing fell right off the ceiling because this whole part melted apart and it fell on
Oh,
the
gotcha.
floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut the wires
So-
on another one and check it. Because
Yeah.
you don't know there won't be. You don't know that
That's a
there's
fire
We
hazard.
got time, Steve. Go ahead. Do the other
If-
one.
if there's a resistor
It takes
in
me a
that
while.
panel.
It takes me a while to get all this stuff apart, but
Come
Yeah,
on, brute strength. Rip it apart.
yeah, Steve. If there's a resistor in that panel,
No,
you would get a higher reading one direction than you would the other.
okay. So you're saying if this panel was a good panel, I would have 0 ohms one
But
way and something
probably.
the other way.
You could have a resistor in the lines also, and a resistor would allow some flow.
Yeah, it would be
I
open
can
one way
kinda
with a
see-
reading the other way.
I can
And-
kind of
and a-
see right in there. The wires just hook right up.
So it's unlikely
Inside
that
there?
panel's any good.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, what happens if you just wire the panel back in? Obviously, it's not going to stay attached. Does the light work if you just put the panel
No.
back on?
No, it does
We-
not. If you
We
look
just
real
had
close,
one of the biggest hardware dealerships in Denmark. They just
Look at all the
recalled
burn.
those
Yeah,
panel
Oh,
lights.
that's toast.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's
Oh, that's toast.
the
So-
technical term for that is broke.
so all those being burnt right there destroyed all the panels. You
If
think?
it's broken, you can't break it.
Let me see the other side.
Oh, I don't
Yeah, there's
know.
burning on that side.
The
too.
unit might be.
Okay, you see, those are little tiny transformers and
It's just space.
capacitors. What they're doing is they're building the voltage up to put
Yeah.
it to the light. You're not giving it enough power.
But the ohms didn't
Put,
work.
put,
So
put it in the wall socket. See what happens.
just stick,
Yeah.
stick
Yeah,
those
just-
things
Hold,
right
hold
in
on to one wire with your hand, then plug the
Yeah,
other.
and stick the other one in.
Driver in the other hand.
Use your
Alright.
tongue if you have to.
there. Fine, I'll be right back.
Or pee on it.
It won't get through all of those coils.
Oh,
Are
now
open.
you got me scared.
Steve, you're getting bad advice here. You know.
Those coils are all burned open. It won't get through.
5, 6.
That's really sad that it burned up. That's kind of dangerous.
It's sort of like watching the 5-year-old
Yeah.
work on the toaster, right?
Yeah.
Here, one of the biggest
4-year-old.
hardware store chains. They just recalled the whole range of those paddle lights because they were a fire hazard.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they got that happened to them. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I mean, this only cost me $30 or something.
Yeah,
and
but
it did
still-
last for a while, but
They should last forever almost.
Yeah.
You could burn your house down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was going to buy one of those. Now I'm thinking twice.
Yeah.
Well, I have more of them in here. This big 5 paddle one, and it's all got one in the middle too. They were cheap, and I bought them off Amazon. But I have other ones in here that are 4-panel or 3-panel, and they've been going for 2 years, and they don't even get warm.
Steve, did it break and then fall, or did it?
LEDs aren't supposed to get warm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Steve, did it break and then fall, or fall and then break?
I just came out the next morning, and this was laying on the ground, and the other end of it where it screws into the light bulb socket was still up there, so it literally split. And it melted all this and split right in half. So half of it was still up there, and this was laying on the floor.
Ooh, that's a fire hazard, man. And it was turned off. Was it turned off, Steve? Hello.
I can't remember, to be honest with you. I remember coming out the next morning and see it laying on the ground. And we do turn the lights off in this shop. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, good question, Bruce. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'm going to pull some more of those off and test the ohms on it now that you guys just taught me how to do that.
Yeah.
Lots about fire.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a resistance.
The whole reason I said, I'm not, because April was doing a metal run, like taking it to the recycling, and this is like a lot of metal in it. So we were just getting rid of it. And I said, hold on a second. This would be kind of cool if I could just take one of these and put it in my riding lawnmower as headlights. and just hook that into the 12-volt where I thought it would work, right? But no.
You know that 0.9 or whatever you had resistance going the other way, that could be background hum.
What's that mean?
It
means you're in the background humming.
You got a lot of lights in a little area.
Yeah.
And electricity creates magnetism, and magnetism creates resistance. And so you could be because you had a normal number one direction, 3.3. That sounds pretty normal. But the 0.9, that could be far enough away to actually be functional. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, I knew you guys would know more about this than me.
The magnetism of the wires themselves being so close to each other could have created that much resistance just as a hum in the wire.
Steve,
because they're actually touching each other.
Yeah. Well, they're almost touching each other.
With a little bit of insulation in between.
Yeah.
Steve, here comes tip of the day. On your John Deere lawnmower, go get the lens LED bulbs and replace the regular ones you have, and you get like 3 times the amount of light on your lawnmower.
And it would be pure white light, not orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get. I've got a D130, and it's a nice big mower and everything. It's got like the 22 horse engine. Gotta love it. But why do I need headlights? I can understand cruise control. I can understand cup holders.
That's very simple.
He mows his grass at night because of his allergies.
If you mow at night, or if you're, let's say, I know in Texas that's not that relevant, but if you're plowing snow,
the sun's only down for like 4 hours in the summer in Texas.
Yeah.
So if you're cutting lawns, you're going to be pissing off the neighbors.
I upgraded a Husqvarna tractor 2 years ago with those LEDs, and the guy simply loves it.
Yeah, but doesn't it matter if you have the AC headlight supply?
You got to have a rectifier on your setup.
Yeah,
you got to have a rectifier.
Yeah.
Because the stator puts out AC.
Yeah.
That's why the lights go dim when the engine goes down. And all that.
But this guy, when he has to go and get his paper, he has a long driveway. So he take his tractor and goes up and get and when that's in the winter time, now he can see. And these things were like, I don't know, $10 a piece. And they do put out a lot of light.
I remember doing donuts in my MTV
my headlight on my
winter
John
in
Deere
Indiana.
runs off the battery, which is charged off the rectifier stator.
Yeah, so you could upgrade to LED as well.
But I plow snow at night with the lights on. Yeah, but I plow snow with the headlights on, Bill.
Yeah, I can't imagine though cutting my yard in the dark. I'm happy I don't hit fences and things in the daytime.
Yeah, yeah, well.
Yeah, my neighbor dresses up with the gas mask and everything because of his allergies, and he waits till the sun goes down.
Yeah.
And what's the difference if the sun's down or up?
If you got moisture in the air when the sun's down.
He watches this stream, so maybe he'll chime in.
Yeah, I could see doing it in the morning before the sun comes up, except for again pissing off the neighbors. I couldn't see doing it at night because that's when it's hot.
Uh-oh. It's just... What's Wayne saying? Here's a good one. When you level a deck on a riding mower, tire pressure must be equal side to side. But have you ever measured?
Yes, I have.
Of a tire that was overinflated.
Yeah, your tires get bigger. I'm a Nazi for leveling my deck like every 3 weeks.
They crown. Yeah. You got to have the specific amount of air so they stay flat. You don't want them to crown.
Yeah, because they say 12 to 14 pounds. If you put 20 pounds in, you'll never get that deck flat.
Yeah.
Oh. I have one guy that comes in with his tractor every year, and one of the rear wheels, it's not a lawnmower tire. It's off of something, I don't know what it is.
A wheelbarrow?
No, it's wide. It's a back tire, so it's kind of wide, same width as
it's
the normal tire.
ATV.
Yeah, ATV. Yeah.
No, because it's slick with grooves in it.
Yeah, those are like the front tires on a subcompact or bigger tractor.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And it's a bit to level the deck because you don't know how much air you put the same air in. It's going to be like that.
Yeah, they call those tri-rib tires. Tri-rib.
Yeah. So I have a level thing on the tractor. When I put in air, go okay. Now it's centered.
I looked after this guy's STX 38, and he insisted on putting 30 pounds of air in the back.
Whoa.
And it came in, it would bounce like,
good idea, but not very long.
His back must be nice and hard, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, exactly, Kenny. Exactly. That's the one.
Tri-ribs.
Yeah.
Those are cool tires.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, there's just about zero traction on them.
They're used a lot. They're used a lot where I am at Sikorsky on the flight field. All the wagons have those.
Yeah.
I'm sure on a lawnmower, I've got places where I go up little hills.
You turn the wet grass and you just keep going straight.
Yeah.
You put too much air in those back tires.
Donuts.
Your back's gonna feel it.
Yeah. And also, I mean, did you know that the tire will actually get those the dry rotting faster if you overfill them?
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll crack faster.
Rubber. There's no additive in that rubber. You know, it's all rubber.
Have any of you guys done that trick where I've seen some of them do it with the ATF to get rid of dry cracking on the sides?
I do.
No.
I put it in ATF. Yeah.
Inside the tire?
Yeah, take off my other valve, put a little tranny fluid in there. It's supposed to seal off the dry rot.
It does. It does. Not a big hole, but
it'll soften up the rubber a little bit. It'll seal the dry rot.
Exactly.
I use that green snot thing. I don't know what it's called, but
the slime. The slime.
Yeah, slime. Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. It doesn't.
The tire shops hate it.
Yeah, the tire shops hate it. Yeah.
Oh, tire shops.
When they break the bead. But you know what? If you have a guy that runs his mower in a place where there's a lot of thorns or whatever can run into it, this stuff is great. I mean, you can have tires come in with 5 big thorns in it, and it's still not losing air because the stuff seals it. But
on my snowplow tractor, the back wheels are full of windshield washer antifreeze, good to -40.
Yeah.
And then I've got chains on them too. So, and there's just a small head of air in there, so I can still run 10 pounds of air.
For weight.
And the tubes are in there, so it doesn't rot the rims.
Yeah, so you don't use chains, Bruce, or no?
So it's like putting another 60 pounds of air, but it's not sprung on the transmission. It's sitting on the ground. So there's no stress on the bearings.
Unsprung weight.
What's the liquid is for weight?
Ballast.
For weight.
For ballast, yeah. Okay.
So you don't need chains.
But don't go more than 20 miles an hour, because then the liquid starts to circulate centrifugally.
I don't think I have a tractor that goes over 20 miles.
No.
I don't have a tractor that goes over 10 miles.
It works just perfect. and I keep the chains on it year round.
So I was asking you, Bruce, what's going on with the garden? What's ripe and what's ready?
Well, we got potato beetles this year for the first time.
Ooh.
Oh.
So we just cut the tops off. The potatoes are still in the ground. The beans are pulled. The peas are pulled.
Yeah.
And the apple tree we didn't pick. So now we're going to go home to, everything's going to be a bit overripe. The corn's going to be overripe. The apples will be overripe, and then everything else will be fine.
But then they'll sing little Beatles tunes in the garden, right?
They actually, the larvae will be in the soil. So this winter, I'm going to put a black tarp over that area and let the heat kill off the larvae in the spring. Pretty interesting, actually.
I just
had 13 tomato plants still putting them.
What kind of larvae are you trying to kill?
Potato beetle.
They're a potato beetle.
Oh.
Colorado potato beetle.
They're ugly too.
They are. They're red. They're really, really ugly.
Yeah. Like a fat, I don't know, weird thing.
A fat red thing.
Yeah.
The main beetles aren't that ugly. The adults aren't that ugly.
What happens if you don't plant potatoes there for 1 year? Do they go somewhere else?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I read something on it, and if you're within 200 yards, you're probably going to get potato beetles in the next plant. My garden's not that big, so. But
yeah, 200 yards. Well,
these are white potatoes. Yeah, but these are white potatoes, and they're much more susceptible to potato beetle than like a russet or a darker potato. So next year we're not going to do whites.
Last year, I got some beneficial nematodes that you like spray on the garden, and they go eat all the larvae. It's kind of expensive and pricey,
Right.
But that's one way to get rid of them.
Right
Yeah,
on.
nematodes work good. These things, Bruce?
Oh, no.
That's them.
No,
No, but they're
That looks
actually.
like that's an attack beetle.
That's his potato beetle.
That's a horn
Well,
beetle.
our potato beetles we have are kind of, the adults are green stripes and the larvae are red.
And they're slimy looking.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's another one
Those
there.
beetles are probably an inch big, Ken.
Like that one?
Yeah, well, close.
There, that's a potato beetle.
It looks like
That's the adult.
looks like a chocolate out of a Russer Stover box.
And then if you go larvae,
it
the
does.
larvae are really ugly.
Huh.
But it's because we had a really hot year, and we've got bugs we've never had before because of the heat, ever.
Hey, Ken,
Yeah.
I heard the potato beetles are good eating too, though.
Ooh.
Photos of potato bug. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, that's them. Some of them are reddish.
Yeah.
What do they
Top
come
left
off?
one
Like,
looks
they
like a
come off
hornet.
like birds or something, Bruce?
Nasty looking.
You know, the ants love them, and there's little ladybugs love them. So we started to see some of those move in just near the end. And then we use that ground shell for Stella might know about that. It's a kind of a ground white shellish stuff, and you can sprinkle that.
You mean
They eat it and it kills
diatomaceous earth?
Oh, yeah, where it kills them when they walk on it. They'll cut them up.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
it,
1,000 little razors.
Yeah, they use that for pool filters.
Yes.
Same thing. We use that.
Yeah. Those animals
So
have their
hopefully we don't
excess
have any of
filtered
them
on the
anymore.
outside. Yes.
Geez, I'm
So-
starting
and
to
I
feel like
sprinkled that
I'm
on top.
paying to be on here today.
What's that, Jeff?
I'm starting to feel like I should be paying for being on here today, learning all this stuff.
Diatomic earth or whatever it is. On
I
top
wonder if
of,
somebody's going to
potato
give me forgiveness on my loan here.
I was gonna try and wake you up, Jeff.
You'll get a bill in the mail, Jeff.
Yeah, okay.
That was a big word, Wayne. Sort of
I
like
mean,
mayonnaise.
Jeff, the trick here is just to make some noise. That's
Yeah.
what we all do.
Hey, Ben. Oh,
Wayne,
yeah.
get up here.
My neighbor used to call it
Well, I
dietetic.
think I'm going to pack. I got to go be a social.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What happened, Bruce, today? No lunch? No lunch?
Yeah, no. Well, I had a nice muffin for breakfast, and it's just what is it? It's 11:30 here,
12:30
right?
or 11.
Yeah.
So you got to go to a
11 or
reception
12:30.
as part of
It's
the
12:30.
birthday, or is that reception,
Pardon me?
Bruce? Or
Yeah, All right, so that's 70th birthday.
Yeah, but is it like a reception or just family in the house?
No, that's just a 6-person family deal.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no hall or simple affair.
Yeah.
Nice to do. Gotta do it once in a while. And I really needed a break. I'd been going at it hard. All of a sudden, the lawnmowers were starting to come in heavy, and I was 15 videos behind. Although leaving home doesn't help that. But yeah, it's nice to have a little.
Hey, Wayne, you can come on. Just don't put your video on.
I was tired.
We'll just hear your voice.
Yeah, but I mean, I know the feeling. This year, we have a local guy, an elderly gentleman in town who also does lawnmowers and tractors and stuff, and he's gotten to the age where he can't get down on his knees, and he just simply stopped making tractors, and so all the tractors went to me this spring.
Yeah.
I've been doing 70-hour weeks from, together with my regular job, from mid-April until late June. It's been crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it's been slow around here.
It is good, but I mean,
when
it's
that
30,
happens,
35 hours on top of your regular work.
Right. When that happens to, I don't work anymore, but when that does happen to me and I get that burned out, this is why we took this little 9 days off that we're taking out here. And
you got to do that from time to time.
Just to get away. And my hands are tired, my legs are tired, my hip is numb, and I got to get away.
Yeah.
That's why they call it retired.
I'm not a kid.
I just made the decision last week. I will get a lift because tractors.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's OEM, buddy.
Yeah. You need one per brand.
I have a guy who comes in. We made it a deal that he'll come in, I don't know, late October, mid-November, something like that, and cut out a part of the floor, so it'll be countersunk, the lift table. So when it's down, it's level with the floor. And I just spoke with the company that's going to deliver it. They're working on a price for it. It's slightly pricey, but I don't want to go too cheap on it because it'll be a hassle to change it if it breaks.
Yeah.
So it seems like it would be a big hassle to get it out of the hole in the floor as well if you have to do any work on it.
Absolutely, it will. So I'm going for one. It's a you guys would call it 220 volt. It's a 3-phase motor with all the hydraulics is inside the unit, down in the framework.
Nice.
So all I have to do is put it in the hole that the guy's going to come and make for me, and just route it to power. And there'll be an up and down button, and
that's a different hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's yeah.
Good for you.
Almost sounds like you're buying a regular car lift.
No, it's not. It's actually a lift table. It's just a flat surface, 1 by 2 meters. So it'll take 95% of the tractors and mowers that I do.
How tall is it off the floor?
About 18 centimeters, which is like.
Good evening, ladies and gents.
Oh, really? At its lowest? Okay.
Yeah, at its lowest, and it's got these stands, so when it's down, it's not wobbly or anything. You can walk on it without being. But because like Bruce said, after 3 weeks of doing, a lot of work with tractors, my knees and my back was starting to hurt too.
You're not having fun laying on the ground and constantly getting up and down?
Yeah.
That's why I have a motorcycle lift.
Yeah, and it's I was looking at one of those, Stella, but my shop requires me to have the floor space for something else when there's not a tractor there. So that's why I decided to have it.
It's long and narrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's long and narrow.
My floor space consists of floor, lift, which is like 120 centimeters tall at its lowest point, and then another set of floor. I just use it. The good thing about these is if you have it in like your garage, you can actually drive your car as long as you're not driving a Prius or something like that. You can actually, straddle it with your car, and you won't have any problems with it. But But yeah, I have no regrets for buying this 14 years ago.
No.
What kind of lift is that you got there, Steve?
It's a car lift. It's Ben Pearson 10. I think it's called. It says Ben Pearson 10 on the other side. So yeah, I can put a full-size pickup truck in this thing and lift it up, no problem. Just
nice.
My uncle's got a car.
No, but I think it's important if you're going to use it a lot to buy something that is sort of above the capacity you're going to use it at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'll just last longer.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, my uncle's car lift, you can actually put it all the way down, put pins in it, and then when you hit the up button, it puts wheels down and you can move it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's nice.
Hey, Tim. Tim, when did you start flying airplanes? I'm just curious.
I thought
Tim.
I thought he was Captain Steuben.
There you go.
I saw the bars on the side. I was like,
ain't you glad you came up here, Tim?
Yes. Tim, what you have to say is fasten your seatbelt and remain in your upright position.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta show you
I
this
gotta
bill.
go. I gotta be a social animal here, you guys.
Okay,
See
you, Brucey.
See you, Bruce.
Later, Bruce.
Bye, Bruce.
Okay, check
Thanks
this
for
out, Bill.
having me in.
So I pulled the panel right out. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of that thing. So I get resistance when I go with these two, but if I go with my multimeter right into those two, skipping the wires, 0 on both sides. It says 0 anything.
That means you got to break in the wire.
Yeah.
Well, no, 0 in one direction means it's working, no?
Well,
Yeah,
but if
you
it's
got
a different reading on the wire than it is on the termals.
Yeah.
Right on
Are you
the
sure
terminals?
you're getting a good contact on the terminal? You sure they're not coated?
I was pushing
unless the wire's corroded internally,
They probably want to hit them with a file or something, just to make them shiny.
Maybe when it got overheated so bad, maybe it didn't melt something in the wire.
Well, you can check continuity on either side of each wire.
Yeah, follow the link for the wire.
Wait a minute. For those of you in America, this week on Mr. Wizard.
Yeah.
Right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. Oh, there you go. Sounds good, Steve.
Yeah, for him. Yeah.
So your wires are working.
It's beeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, your wires are working.
At least one way. Now cross the terminals.
Hello, look.
from black to red and see if you get anything.
0 both ways.
And no ohms or anything?
Nothing.
Okay, so the wires are okay.
Yeah.
So you're just not getting a good connection on the when you're hitting it on the board.
There you go.
There you go.
Electrolytes.
Spit on it.
I was going to say P, but that's... Yeah.
If all else fails, lick it.
That was a shit-eating grin if I ever seen one, Steve.
I got to bite my tongue now because I know I got spit on it. Oh.
Hey, Steve, I hope this is going to be the subject of an upcoming video.
No. I'll lose 140,000 subscribers if I put this on my channel.
Well, no, the IPW is going to sue you.
You'll
never know. You might get that much more.
Yeah. Man, I'm sinking those little things right into the solder, and there's nothing.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flip it over and make sure you're actually like hitting there's nothing exotic happening.
You might try CPR, but I think they're gone.
Yeah. You can't do it on the other side. There's the terminals are right there. You flip it over and there's nothing here.
You know what'd be fun? Try to go to that aluminum panel and the black wire.
Oh, direct ground, direct short?
Yeah.
Well, if it's aluminum on the back panel, that's your ground then.
Yeah, aluminum on one and the wire on the other for the meter. See if you got a short to ground.
Yeah, I'll put the black one on the aluminum.
On this, it's sandwiched.
The black lead.
I don't think he knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, there's ohms there. Point 4 from the black wire to the back of the panel, the aluminum. Yeah. There's 0.4 resistance.
Okay, what about from the red one? Because now that could be anodized and all coated and all sorts of whatnot.
Oh, yeah, it's got lots. 32, 34 ohms.
Okay, that
30,
panel.
40.
Okay, that panel is broke. That's the word you're looking for here, broke.
It's like paying the mechanic $7,000 and he says, yeah, it's broke.
Yeah.
It'll make a nice Christmas ornament. It's kind of shiny.
Yeah.
Put it on a Christmas.
But it'd be way more fun if it was lit.
Yeah.
Steve, I got a question for you. When you get chainsaws in for not for service but for repairs, say it won't idle or it won't start easy or it cuts it doesn't have any top end or stuff like that.
Comes in with an actual problem.
Yeah. My biggest issue is that whenever I get those in, I often get a lot of stuff done to these saws to realize that there's something, the saw is just bad. I mean,
now it's just not worth fixing anymore because it's something really is wrong with it. And it's a piece of junk. It's not worth fixing. Yeah. But you already put all the time in.
But I mean, let's say it comes in, but it won't idle or it has bad top end or something. Okay. I'll either rebuild the carb or I will replace it. So I either replace the carb or rebuild it, and it still has issues. I'm now out.
Yeah.
One OEM carb kit or a new carburetor, and the thing is just toast.
Yeah. Save the carb.
Of course I do, but I really would like to know that before I go and buy a new carb.
Yeah.
You know what I do a lot with the chainsaw?
Test compression on those things, right?
About compression, they usually, most of them have compression.
How about a partial back test to make sure the seals aren't leaking?
I mean, the two ones I have in the shop right now are the two ones I have in the shop at the moment are an old 020 and a newer MS200. Try and get to the muffler on those things. Takes you about an hour.
Klaus, just take the carburetor off completely, spray starter fluid in it, and see if it'll start. If it doesn't kick at all, throw it away.
I mean, it'll start. A compression test is the easy part here because you just screw it into the spark plug hole. But it's everything else. If it has a vacuum leak, if it has, the carburetor may be bad, other than just a carb kit. I mean, I just feel I put so much effort and time into these machines.
Yeah.
Just to have to say at some point it's not worth it.
You have to have a set price for diagnostic.
Oh yeah,
I do. But it doesn't cover it.
Yeah. I know what you mean. A lot of mechanics that I've known over the years, they'll say, yeah, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes it's an easy fix and you make a real good profit on that.
Yeah.
And then the next one, you lose an hour of your time and it's junk. You can't charge the guy, or like Hank said, you really should still charge the guy.
No, it's hard to walk away when it all runs.
I mean, the hour for me is no problem. 2 hours, no problem. It's when I have to go and buy parts. I mean, if you have one that is, it's got low top end, it won't idle. Okay, let's start by checking the fuel hose. Let's start by checking the impulse line, and the ones I'm working on, the MS200s. They are so compact. To get to the impulse line, you basically have to take the whole thing apart.
Yeah, but can't you go on the impulse line with a pressure tester from the other end that's accessible just to make sure it's not leaking?
Yeah, you can if you can get to the exhaust. And the exhaust it's just as bad to get to on those machines than the impulse line.
Did you take the muffler off though, Klaus, yet?
Sure.
No scoring?
Nothing. It's perfectly fine. I'm just, I mean, this saw will run. I have no doubt about it. But I was just, let's say that it came out with a leaky, I don't know, crankshaft seal.
Mm-hmm.
I am 3 hours into this thing.
Mm-hmm. And to do seals is not the easiest thing in the world either.
No, but I mean, if you have it apart, it's not difficult.
Yeah.
But it's 3 hours. It'll take me another 3 hours to put it back together.
Yeah, by that time it's worth more than the saw's worth.
Yeah, because the thing is an 020, which means that it's like 12, 13, 15 years old, something like that.
Yeah, and it was 199 new.
No, these are pretty expensive. These are high run. I mean, they're 14,000 RPM at top.
Yeah, or are you talking about an MS 200T?
You're talking the limbing saws? The limbing saws?
No. Well, the 200 comes in two versions: with a handle, without a handle.
Yeah,
these are ones with a handle.
Okay.
Which are a nightmare to find parts for because Steel's parts lists are crazy. They have 4 different fuel hose configurations for the MS200.
Well, Klaus, one thing I do because I come from the old antique world is do the poor man's leak down vacuum test. Just spray carb spray all around, and if the RPMs change, boom, there's a leak.
Yeah, and I mean it's not in the diagnostic. It's in trying to gauge this thing before. I mean, when it's chainsaws, these types of chainsaws, you have to take apart just to do a diagnostic.
4.
Right.
And it's just. I was just kind of fishing for if you guys had the same issue, and I have to think like, okay, that's normal. That means that all the good saws have to be charged a little more because there will be the odd one that comes in that just costs you an arm and a leg.
I've got a Poulin 50cc saw sitting right now on one of my benches. It's been sitting there for about 8 months now because it's broke. And I've gone through 100 chainsaws and never had this kind of problem. But it just became it became a mystery meat. Everything is perfect and it won't run.
Yeah,
I call those bookends.
Yeah, it really is. And something, that's one of the good things about flipping them is when I hit one of those, I say, okay, well, it's parts for the next one,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, and yeah, thanks, Luke, also for your comment. It's not that I don't know how to do it. It's just that it eats up time and sometimes money just to get to the point before you discover, it's bad.
Yeah. But that's just,
I have people like that they drop stuff off to me and I'm like, this is not worth fixing. And if you want it back, it's $40. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've only had one person take me up on that. And I, no doubt he probably put it on Craigslist. It was I forget what it was something that, it would start and run. It just didn't run well. And it only had like 90, PSI compression. I'm like, dude, man, this is not worth it. It's like, I don't know, it was a Boland's or a Craftsman or some piece of junk.
And but I mean, if people come in with a 10, 12, 13, 15-year-old chainsaw, maybe the answer at the beginning is it's not worth it.
Right. Don't touch them.
Lately, I will not take in the Ryobis and the cheaper Home Light and the stuff like that. I mean, the stuff that Bill loves, because he seems to have more.
I love those.
Than I do.
Those are great for flipping.
But for me,
I don't do them either. But the Steels and the Husqvarnas and the Echoes, of course, I do those. But
a certain age, forget about it.
Yeah. Even and it's something that people say, yeah, but it just runs a little rough.
Take it somewhere else then.
I don't get why people don't like working on a little McCulloch Minimax.
Yeah.
Those Minimax are a gigantic pain in the ass.
My nemesis. They are my nemesis.
I love working on them. They're once you do it once or twice there, it's simple.
It's too much going on in too little an area.
Do you have 4 hands? It takes 4 hands.
Yeah, I don't do tree saws. I'll do chainsaws. I don't do tree saws. Those little ones like the Mini Mac, not a chance.
The MS200T, I'll work on that. I mean, I know it's compact.
Yeah, but that's a $700 saw. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned down a little. I think it was I want to say it was a 310, but I could be wrong. But one of the little Mini Macs just this morning, I looked at it and it was $10.
Yeah.
And it almost runs, and I said, nope, no, it's just not worth my effort. You know. No.
Sandy, the bad thing is the newer Cupkit is just as bad as the Ryobi.
No, but I mean, I have 2 4-stroke Ryobi trimmers and for what I use them for, they run great.
Yeah.
My favorite saws are Ryobi.
Bill, with the 2 different designs, what'd you call them? The crankshaft designs?
Oh, there's full crank and half crank.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a full crank, a Ryobi. The Ryobi weed eater is one of few weed eaters made in the world that has what they call full crank is their term for it.
Supported on both ends.
It doesn't sound impressive until you realize that most weed eaters, like 99% of them, have a bearing on one side and the crank is open on the other side. Yeah. A full crank means it's got a bearing on both sides of the crankshaft.
You take that plastic cover off and you see this like stamped steel weight and you're like, what's that? It's a connecting rod.
Yeah, those Ryobi weed eaters are
well,
better
I mean,
than
the old home lights, the real old made in the US.
Dave, are we getting advice from God?
I was just looking at all my weed eaters hanging on the shelf right there and thinking about what Bill just said.
I thought God was giving some divine intervention. Or something.
No, I was actually looking at all them going, yeah.
I mean, the old home lights, which are open crank ones, all of them, they run great. They are great little machines.
Yeah, mine's an open crank. Mine is an open crank, $79, 12-year-old Walmart weed eater.
Yeah.
Old cheapo straight shaft, but I know how to keep it running, so it's a different story.
All right, hey guys,
I've changed half the bolts on it over the last 12 years.
We've hit the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna go gray and start talking dirty. But I'll put the link out there so Clem can come up.
Actually, I've got something funny, but it's not for the public.
He'll wait till the end. All right, but anyway,
are we sure we want this John guy up here?
Well, Well, I don't have to bring him up if he goes in the basement. It's my choice. You know? But anyway, hey, thanks to everybody who contributed, who came on, because I know Conker's not here, and hopefully it wasn't too boring. But I thought we had a good time. So,
well, thanks for having me.
Everybody out there, we appreciate it, and hopefully Conker will be back next week. And take care, everyone. I probably won't go on in the morning unless I get a hankering for Duchess pancakes. We'll see. Other than that, have a good night, everybody, and we're going gray, so we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
See ya.
See you later.